So in this video, I'm going to be going over. I'm going to be, excuse me. In this video, I'm going to be going over a short story example that I created to try and help me understand the difference between interpreted and compiled programming languages. It's called Interpreted versus Compiled is Radio versus Map. Once upon a time, there was an archaeologist grave robbing treasure hunter, and he was exploring an ancient abandoned temple in the jungle. And while he was exploring the temple, he found a big bag of treasure. But while trying to get the treasure out, a wall caved in and broke his legs, and he crawled miles and miles back to a road. While waiting on the road, along came this truck. While waiting on the road, along this road came a truck with four brothers. The first brother recently had eye surgery and was blind. The second brother recently had ear surgery and was deaf. The third brother was educated. He could read, write, and speak both Spanish and English fluently, but he recently had hand surgery and couldn't use his hands, and he also had a broken leg. The fourth brother was also educated and also could speak, read, write, English, and Spanish fluently, but he had recently had neck surgery and couldn't talk, and also had a broken leg. The four brothers find this treasure hunter on the side of the road with two broken legs, and he tells them that if he takes them to the hospital, he will cut them in on the treasure that he found. So they take him to the hospital and they get his legs patched up. Now the treasure hunter knows he can't wait for his legs to heal up to get the treasure. He knows that if he waits, another treasure hunter will get there and take the treasure before him, so he has to act now. So the next day he hires a helicopter, but there's only enough room for four people on the helicopter, which means that it will be himself, the pilot, and only two of the brothers. If he takes the brother with a broken leg that can read and write English and Spanish but can't talk, and the brother that can see and read but he can only read Spanish but can't hear, then he can have the brother that can write both English and Spanish translate what he's saying and write a treasure map for the brother that can see. The brother that can see then can get into the temple really fast with the treasure map, and then get the treasure really fast and get out really fast, all in under an hour. But if there's a problem, the brother needs to get more instructions from the treasure hunter, or rather from the brother that can translate the treasure hunter. The brother will have to stop, turn around, go all the way out of the temple and back to the treasure hunter and get an updated map. In this situation, the brother will only be able to follow the instructions of the treasure hunter after stopping and coming back. The brother won't be able to carry out the treasure hunter's instructions immediately. If he takes the brother that also has a broken leg, but he can speak, read, and write both English and Spanish fluently, but he has broken hands and can't write, and he also takes the brother that can hear Spanish but can't see. He can hear Spanish. He can only understand Spanish, but he can't see. Then he could bring walkie-talkies and talk the brother as he feels his way through the temple blind, and that'll take hours and hours, but they will have real-time communication. In this situation, the brother will be able to follow the instructions of the treasure hunter immediately in real time. So for the treasure hunter, he has two choices: team auditory or team visual, both of which are translated. He doesn't speak, read, or write Spanish. He must have his instructions translated, and his instructions can be translated and carried out immediately while the brother is still inside the temple, or translated and carried out only after the brother comes back from the temple. So the treasure hunter finds himself in a situation with limitations. He can't go into the temple himself. He can't directly speak to the person that is carrying out the instructions himself. His instructions must be translated. He can only give his orders two ways: with a little information immediately, or a little information immediately with immediate execution, or a lot of information with a delay in execution. So it's a trade-off. Do you want to be able to give a small amount of information and instructions that are carried out immediately, aka an interpreted programming language, or do you want to be able to give a lot of information and extremely detailed and specific instructions that are carried out with a delay, aka a compiled programming language. So there you go. There's my little example that helps me understand interpreted versus compiled programming languages.